Other interesting political news, Bernie Sanders roasting RFK Jr., while at the same time just coincidentally being a top pharma donor recipient. In fact, they're pretty much all Democrats. Such a weird coincidence. Almost as if they have a huge fiscal benefit from pushing things that pushing certain substances and supporting the pharma industry. Now this comes to us thanks to Autism Capital, which says, quote, RFK Jr. calls out Bernie Sanders directly to his face. And another funny thing about Bernie Sanders, the biggest hypocrite of all time, he used to rally against the billionaires are evil and capitalism is bad. And now, once he became a millionaire, now he says billionaires are bad because he became a millionaire. Here's Bernie Sanders, which is the only thing Bernie Sanders has done. Well, he's in the public sector most of his life. I don't think you could argue he's contributed nothing to society, but he did do one thing right in his life. He did wear a suit. I'll give him some credit. He wears a suit. He suited up for the occasion.
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? It's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Mm-hmm. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh,
no, protecting their interests.
Oh,
he is.
I thought that would come. No. I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
The workers at those companies. Almost as if they have a vested interest in him getting in power and staying in power.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had pharmaceutical contributions from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the
not a nickel from corporate tax.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in the industry.
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right, but
did you just say 45 million out of 200? Did he?
Oh, from.
Well, let's hear it again. See here.
Corporate tax.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in the industry.
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right, but you have not answered. Last question. You have.
This went pretty well. I got 13 million views and 118,000 likes. One first comments comes from Autism Capital, which is just a gentleman smoking a cigar, getting 4.8 thousand likes. You also have Paul Zupa saying, quote, now that's just embarrassing for Bernie, getting 686 likes. There's a picture of AI picture of Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren getting 1.4 thousand likes. Their sweater says, quote, we slept with Big Pharma, getting 1.4 thousand likes. You also have Elizabeth Warren dressed up as Native American, which another thing she scammed us at. And she's yelling at RFK Jr. says, he'll never be confirmed. Then behind her, she's actually a puppet controlled by Big Pharma. And that got 2.4 thousand likes. Mays also says, good for you, RFK Jr. Bernie is one of the biggest frauds in government. What a grifter. Yep, being 3.3 thousand likes. Never forget how weak, spineless, and pathetic Bernie Sanders is. When he was running for the presidential nominee back in was it 2016? Or was it 2020? One of the years. Well, he actually got a majority of the votes. The voters wanted Bernie. But the Democrat Party used their superdelegates because they don't care about what the people want. They all said, you know what? We know better. We're going to install Hillary Clinton. So that would be 2016. So again, the people of the Democrat Party voted for Bernie Sanders. And yet they installed Hillary Clinton, which perhaps you should be thankful in retrospect because she lost epically. But Bernie went crawling back to the Democrat Party. If they burned him so badly, how weak and pathetic is it for him to go crawling back to them and still shill for them just as he can make more money? From the man who says, money and capitalism are bad. Which, again, some of his money he actually did make from publishing books, which is, well, with books, I guess with politicians, you could argue that's money laundering, how they work with that and the speaking fees. But in some of it, he probably got some money in terms of, people buying his book. Now, interestingly enough, let's look at this chart. This chart comes to us thanks to Elon Musk. And specifically, he's reposting for someone by the name of a Midwestern doctor, in which they say, quote, the hostility Robert F. Kennedy Jr. experienced at his hearing was directly proportional to how much pharma money each senator received. In fact, each of them simply repeated the same attacks we saw from the media, mass media, all of which are blatant lies. So who's at the top of that list of people getting money from pharma industry? Again, some employees. Bernie Sanders got $1.953 million. He claims to be an independent. He's a Democrat or leftist Marxist. You also have Raphael, not the cool Ninja Turtle, Warnock, the Democrat from Georgia, $1.7 million. Elizabeth Warren, $1.2 million. Ryan Wyden, I'll be honest, never heard of that guy. Democrat again. Oregon gave $1.2 million. Michael Burnett, Colorado, $730,000. Christine Cortez Masto, $500,000. Maggie Hassan, $467,000. Ben Ray Lugan, Rhode Island. I always forget that's a state because they're so insignificant. You got $351,000. Maria Cantwell, Washington, $338,000. Tina Smith, Minnesota, $226,000. And Peter Welch, Vermont, $176,000. And looky there, Democrat. Now, again, some Republicans do get that money. I do find it fascinating that they're not at the top. And this chart got, or rather, not really a chart, more of an infographic, got 16.7 million views and 177,000 likes. One of the first comments comes from Gunther Eagleman, who said, quote, "This tells me Big Pharma owns the Democrat Party, getting 2,000 likes." Interesting in which party was the one pushing the jab. You also have Planet of Memes. Finally, did respond in mid-May form. It's the recycle sign, but it's been replaced with the vernacular, naming it American Healthcare. As Big Pharma feeds bought politicians, which go into taxpayer money, which goes in Big Pharma. And the circle goes more and more, getting 540 likes. Basic Electrician says, quote, "A complete slap in the face to the American voter," getting 15 likes. Should have got more than that. Now you have I Love American News, say MAGA is the future. And, well, it's definitely a dated reference, but a good one nevertheless. It's actually from the Twilight Zone. You have the gentleman, main host of the show, who says, quote, "Imagine, if you will, a Democrat Party so corrupt Kennedy endorses Trump," getting 390 likes. Scrolling down more and more. Oh, I remember that quote. Natalie Danielsheen says this needs to happen. Pretty sure this is from Robin Williams' movie. Is it Majority? What was it? It's the one where he ran for president and won as a comedian. It says politicians should wear sponsored jackets like NASCAR drivers. Then we know who owns them. Getting 1.1 thousand likes, which I'd be a fan of that. You also have, what's this? Time to be Sharp. Interesting, unique name. Says, quote, "Fascinating, isn't it?" And it's a picture of AI-generated picture of Elizabeth Warren in a NASCAR suit. And it has all the major pharma companies. You got Merck, or Johnson & Johnson, Lilly, Pfizer. And I got 67 likes. You also have, one more. Liberty Pill Meme says, "Lefties be like," and you got the pregnant man emoji saying, quote, "RFK is a science denier." Yeah. Yep. And that got 243 likes. So yeah, not too surprised. And again, well, I don't know if it's, and again, these coming from people who work at the pharma companies. Again, fascinating to see the resource distribution of where they donate, kind of like big tech companies. But let me know in the comments if you're surprised, your feedback, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.